hello again, YouTube. It's 9:11 p.m. That was a pretty short, quick trip. It's just such a long wait for it, and that buses that only run every 30 minutes just kill me. They really are the bane of my existence. And I guess it would help if I, made an effort to look and see what time they leave, because when I left out my apartment, the bus had gone by 5 minutes ago. So obviously, had I left out of my apartment 15 minutes earlier than that, but when I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go. And in other places, the wait for the bus isn't so long. So why it has to suck ass so much here? Anyway, it's Saturday, April 2nd. It's 9:11 p.m. when I started this video. It's 9:11 now. The girl in front of me is pretty cute. I saw her on the back of the bus when I got on, chatting up the guy that was riding in the back of the bus. Anyway, I'm headed to the train. It looked like I had about a 10-12 minute wait for the train. Heading out to Mesa. So the place I'm going to is at Longmore and Southern. So that puts it near where the Fiesta Mall used to be. Fiesta Mall's been closed for several years, but there's still a lot of shops and stuff around there. Looks like my best bet to get there is probably going to be to take the light rail to Alma School and either take the Alma School bus to Southern and walk to the bar, or perhaps just walk the entire way. I haven't even checked the app to see if the Alma School bus is still going to be running. Mesa's pretty notorious for having really bad bus service, so I wouldn't be surprised if when I get to Alma School, that the Alma School bus is already stopped for the day. That wouldn't surprise me in the slightest, especially considering that it's Saturday, because Saturdays always reduced schedules. So the westbound train is the voice said the westbound train is approaching the station. I'm getting on the eastbound train. I checked the app before I came out. I was looking at about a 12-minute wait. That's why I decided to run a video. If the bus was going to be showing up, or if the train was going to be showing up with a quickness, I would have just hustled my ass to the platform. So I was talking about like what happened with Priscilla and how she came home and said she was going to come back to me and finish with me, but maybe, but of course she didn't. And she's obviously busy with other people, whether she's sleeping with them or not. She's busy with other people and is determined that I mean absolutely nothing to her. It's been 6 months and she's only marginally ever helped me with my transportation issues. And, meanwhile, she's got a car. She's taking advantage of my daughter's room so she can work a work-at-home job, taking advantage of me for a place to stay. She's contributed somewhat, towards the living expenses. And granted, she did, maybe do the lion's share for about 2 months when my stuff got really, really tight. But that was after, I want to say, 3, maybe 4 years of living with me without paying anything. Yeah, I feel very taken advantage of. Well, I think that's the girl that was on the bus with me right there. That just went walking by. A little chubby, but she's certainly cute. Anyway, I keep dreaming. Hey, it's that sign I mentioned in the last video. From April 16th to July 2nd, 2022, light rail trains will arrive every 20 minutes. Thank you for your patience as we expand the system. Yeah, it's got the same thing in Spanish. I don't understand what expanding the system has to do with the reduction of frequency. But governments like to make excuses for reduced service, and that's as good of an excuse as any. That the average person is probably going to buy it face value without calling bullshit. And even if you do call bullshit, what power do you have over it, right? Anyway, so I said I was going to say what all happened after I left El Pollo Loco, and I didn't. So I guess now is as good of a time to do that as any. It's interesting. Both sides of the train platform have the same next ride stop number, but when you look at the yeah, she's cute. When you look at the when you look at the stop in the Valley Metro app, it only shows you trains going eastbound, which sucks for me when I'm trying to time a westbound train. I don't understand why that glitch still exists in the app, but it does. Fortunately, I was able to see, I'm on an eastbound train today, but normally I'm heading on westbound trains. But yeah, usually when I want to time the train to the stop, what I end up doing is moving the app, the map for the transit app, over to 50th Street Station. And 50th Street Station actually shows, since it's this one's got like the big platform in the center, so it only shows one stop in the app, because 50th Street Station has the trains in the middle and the platforms on the sides, one for eastbound, one for westbound. It's shown as two separate stops in the app, so I can actually click on the one specifically for the westbound train. And I wish they'd do that with the rest of them in the app. I mean, that makes sense. And it technically is two separate platforms. I mean, we got to, and the train always loads at the front of the platform. So like this here, like where I'm standing here, this is where the eastbound train loads. And, the westbound train doesn't load there because they never have trains long enough to use these whole platforms, ever. I never see more than 3 cars in the trains, almost always 3 cars on the train, which uses, I want to say, less than half the platform. So back there is where the eastbound train loads, and the westbound train loads, it loads clear over here by the escalators. So I don't understand why the people that create the app can't put a stop on the map, right here for the westbound train, and then, closer over there, closer to 44th Street for the eastbound train. That way you can click on which one you're wanting to see. The time is on one, instead of having one thing that you click on that only shows you half the train servicing in it, going in one direction. Anyway, so yeah, I was gonna say what all had happened after I went for lunch. When I went out for lunch, and I don't think I mentioned it in the video when I was heading out for lunch, but when I went out for lunch, my goal for the day, my plan for the day at that point is, I wasn't planning on waiting in bed for Priscilla, because that's obviously a wasted effort at this point, and it's been a wasted effort for months because she clearly gives zero shits about me and my needs at all. So what I did was, so anyway, I was thinking about trying to handle the laundry and do my bedding. Like she said she was going to do it, weeks ago, and she hasn't, and it's disgusting, and it's not something I'm incapable of doing. Granted, it's something that's very difficult for me to do without a car, but since I lost my car, I have done laundry once and made a couple videos about it. They didn't get many views, but it was difficult. It was an all-day thing, but I did get quite a bit of laundry done, and I'm still wearing like clean clothes from the laundry that I did then, which is nice. Like by the time I did that, I was literally out of clean clothes. So I was planning on doing pretty much the same thing again, except only using one suitcase. If you've seen that video, I was rolling with 2 ginormous suitcases, and one of those suitcases, and I didn't get that on video because I wasn't able to shoot video while rolling the 2 giant suitcases, but one of the giant suitcases had a wheel break off. so I was pretty much dragging it. So yeah, not planning on using that one. And I don't know if I can really fix the wheels on it, but I figured I'd load up the other one. Mostly I just need to do my bedding. I mean, obviously I need to wash. I'd like to wash some socks and probably some of my more favorite pants that fit well. But yeah, I was planning on doing that. But when I got, after I left El Pollo Loco, as I was walking home, I was thinking about stopping at Fry's and getting some groceries and maybe like eating some groceries, buying with the EBT card and eating that while I got my laundry ready. But as I was walking, I just realized I was pretty surprisingly tired because, again, with living with Priscilla, I don't sleep well. Just the sexual tension of her being in my home, or her not being in my home and me stressing on where she is, equals I don't sleep. I don't sleep worth a shit. I'm restless. So it really does mess me up. So I was walking back. I was feeling kind of tired because I haven't really slept much. I'm just gonna get little 45-minute naps here and there, and I wake back up. Anyway, so I'm walking back and realizing that one BRC burrito didn't really fill me up. I was still pretty hungry, so I stopped in at Burger King there at 44th Street in Thomas. I tried to ride the bus down Thomas. I was thinking I could ride the bus down Thomas from that unmarked crosswalk where nobody stopped for me. Oh, and when I went back across it, again, nobody stopped for me. There's a bus stop right there, and I figured I could take the Thomas bus, but that bus was running 29 minutes late, and it wasn't going to be there for about 18 or 19 minutes. And yeah, fuck that. So much faster to just walk. Did a screenshot. I think I even posted that on my Snapchat. But anyway, ended up walking to. And there's a bus. Had that bus been coming in a reasonable amount of time, and I'd have been able to catch that. There's a bus stop right there in front of the Fry's, so I don't even have to walk over from the street corner. Like, it's convenient. It's convenient when the bus actually runs. But yeah. So change of plans. I walked. By the time I got over to Burger King, I realized, I'm fucking hungry. So I went in there, got a couple rodeo cheeseburgers. That was a weird experience. I just go up to the counter and order, but there was somebody at the counter, so I figured I'd try their automated, their little touchscreen kiosk to order. Which those have been closed for quite a while. Like, they had signs saying they were closed due to COVID, which is silly to me, but whatever. Yeah, I did manage to order my 2 rodeo cheeseburgers on the kiosk and pay with my Discover card on there. But man, it was a complicated procedure. A whole lot of typing, a whole lot of tapping and swiping and tapping and swiping. Now that I've done it, like, I'd probably do it again. I'll probably do it, faster and efficient, since I know like how to get there and what excessive bullshit questions it's going to try to ask me. I did find it a little shady that when it offered cheese or bacon, when you know damn well they're going to charge you for cheese or bacon, that it didn't show what the charge would be for cheese or bacon on the cheese and bacon buttons. I thought that was a little shady. So shame on you, Burger King. Be upfront about your pricing. It's just not cool. Anyway, when I got it done, it prints out a receipt, and it's supposed to show you your order number and your receipt and credit card transaction and whatnot. It spit out a blank piece of paper. And I really wanted to take a picture of it, but I walked up to, I should have done that immediately, but anyway, I walked it up. By that time, the guy at the counter wasn't busy, so I walked it up to the counter. I'm like, hey, I just ordered at the kiosk, and this is what it gave me. This is my receipt. And he looked at it and immediately crumpled it up, which I thought was pretty rude. Like, he didn't ask if I wanted him to crumple it up or if I wanted it back. That was my receipt, but he immediately crumpled it up. I was kind of bothered by that, because of course now I can't